I got digital dash, can't ride with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I rap the old block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say.
Leave a like on this video within the next 5 seconds for 2K to finally fix their servers. I would not risk it. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fizz back with yet another video. And today I'm coming to you guys back again with yet another video for the series where I'm going over the goated builds of NBA 2K20 recreated in NBA 2K21. I've went over the playmaking glass unit. I went over the rebounding wing, the offensive threat, all those builds, and today I got y'all with another crazy build, one of the most craziest builds from the game, the inside out Playmaker. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly how to make it in NBA 2K21. It's gonna be pretty much exactly the same. It's just gonna be with a new name in NBA 2K21. So yeah, man, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to make it for the pie charts, attributes, height, weight, wingspan, takeovers, bad setups, like I always do for these videos. If you guys want more videos like this, all you gotta do is smash break and destroy the like button. Subscribe if you're new. We on that road to 100K. We already hit 91K. We only got less than 9K to get this 100K. So if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. But yeah, man, without further ado, let's go ahead, hop straight into it. Alright, so first things first, when it comes to making this build, you're going to be going with the position. The position you want to go with for this build is going to be point guard. Nothing else on the screen really matters. You can go whatever you want for the name, go whatever you want for the hand and number. But yeah, the position, you want to go with the point guard position. Alright, next is going to be the pie charts. Now, for the first pie chart we're going to go over is going to be the skill breakdown. This is where you're going to get your max caps and your Hall of Fame badges. Now, we're going to go with the shooting and finishing, but there is a couple of different shooting and finishing. So let's go over which one we're going to go over. So there's going to be a shooting and finishing for both Hall of Fame. There's going to be one that gets you shooting Hall of Fame, and there's going to be one that gets you finishing Hall of Fame only, just like there's only one for shooting Hall of Fame. We're going to go with the one that mainly gets you finishing Hall of Fame. It's going to be perfect for getting contact dunks, perfect for you still be able to get shooting badges, and perfect for still be able to shoot, speed boost, and have extremely good defense. Alright, next is going to be the physical pie chart. This is where you're going to be able to get your pretty much your physical speed, strength, acceleration, and vertical. So for this build, we want to be as fast as possible so we can be able to speed boost, speed glitch as fast as possible with this build. So we're going to go with the speed pie chart to get our speed with ball as high as possible. So yeah, we're going to go with the speed pie chart. And alright, next is going to be us molding our build into the inside-out playmaker of NBA 2K21. So, when it comes to the inside-out playmaker, if you remember how to make it, we're pretty much going to have a lot of finishing, a lot of shooting, some decent playmaking, but decent defensive. Now, this build is pretty much the exact same copy and paste as the inside-out playmaker was in NBA 2K20. If you remember, you really had a lower mid-range. It wasn't max, but you had pretty much everything max. So pretty much it's going to be the exact same way of making it. So you're going to have 16 finishing, 20 shooting, 14 playmaking, and 5 defensive rebound badges. For the 16 finishing, we're going to be pretty much having either a max close shot or 85 close shot with a max driving layup and driving dunk. Then when it comes to the shooting, like I said, we're going to be having a lower mid-range than having a max, but we're still going to have a decent one. So it's going to be at a 73, max three-pointer, max free throw, and a max post fade. Then when it comes to the playmaking, pass accuracy, ball handle, both max. Then we have a 35 post moves. Then when it comes to the defensive rebounding, to get those 5 defensive rebound badges, you're going to have a max perimeter defense, a max layout quickness, a max steal. Then you're going to have a defensive rebound of a 61. So yeah, you're going to be able to have a lot of badges for shooting, which is going to be very interesting because you don't get Hall of Fame shooting. So you're going to be able to have a bunch of gold badges. Then when it comes to the 16 finishing, you can at least have 4 Hall of Fame. Then for the 14 playmaking, you're going to be able to have at least 4 gold badges. Then for the 5 defensive, you're going to be able to, I'm going to show you guys the perfect badge setup for that also. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop straight into the height, weight, wingspan for this build. Alright, next is going to be the height, weight, wingspan for this build. Now, when it comes to the height, weight, wingspan for this build, it can change a lot of different ways. On 2K20, the best height, weight, wingspan, or the best height for this build was pretty much 6'2" all the way up to 6'5". It was completely up to you. But for this game, I wouldn't go to 6'2". I would go 6'3" all the way up to 6'5". You're going to be 6'5". It's going to be a lot easier to get contact dunks. It's going to be a lot better on defense, but you're going to be a lot slower. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get open. If you go 6'4", that's kind of like the perfect medium median, but 6'3" in my opinion is the best height because you're gonna be a lot faster. Your 3-pointer is gonna be a lot higher. Your ball handle is gonna be a lot higher, and yeah, it's gonna be just as easy as it was for the 6'4" to get contact. So that's another big deal. So yeah, we're gonna go with the 6'3". I'm gonna show you guys pretty much the difference between the 3 heights in this video also. So yeah, if you're watching it while I'm talking about it, you're gonna see that. All right, next is going to be the weight. For the weight, I pretty much just went as low as possible for the weight because it doesn't really matter the strength and interior defense of this type of build because we're not going to be using strength, we're not going to be using interior defense, we're not going to be using post phase. But if you're a person that, like me, like I usually do, you want to get your speed and acceleration as high as possible while also trying to keep your interior defense, your strength, and your post fade as high as possible at the same time, but you're still gonna get your max speed and acceleration, you can do that with this build for sure. I just didn't take the time to do it with this one because it doesn't really matter, you know what I'm saying? It's still gonna be extremely low. All right, and last but not least, before we hop into the best takeover and the bad setups for this build, it's going to be the Wingspan. This we're going to actually be able to see what this build is looking like at 95 and what it's gonna be looking at like after we get all the way to 99. I'm gonna actually explain that in this video because people was asking me, Loki, I thought this was just a known thing that after you hit 95, that's what all these attributes are gonna look like. But then when you get to 96, that's a +1, so all these attributes are gonna go up with +1. Then when you get to 97, that's gonna be making all these attributes go up with +2. Then at 98 is gonna be +3. Then at 99 is all the way to +4. On 2K20, it was +5 you can get on any build. They took that out. You cannot get that 99.9 +5 in this game. But yeah, let's show you guys exactly how we're gonna go for the Wingspan. For the Wingspan, pretty much we're gonna go up in Wingspan. Why? Because we want to be able to get content dunks. If you want to get content dunks in this build, you have to go up in Wingspan. Now, you can get the content dunks at 84 without going too high or as high as I did. You know what I'm saying? You can keep it closer to the middle, and you can have an 80 driving dunk, an 80 3-pointer, and you still will have like an 83 ball handle. So if you're a person that wants to have that, that's up to you. But with my opinion, I would rather be able to have, you know what I'm saying, all the content dunks, not just the pros. I want to be able to have elite and the pros because the elite have some of the best ones. But that's going to make me have to have my 3-point lower by 2. So yeah, if you want to have that 79 3-pointer, that 80 driving dunk, and the 83 ball handler, you'll still be able to get the content dunks. You'll still be able to get the pro content dunks. You just want to be able to have the elite too. So if that's what you want to do, just so you can have a higher 3-pointer, because at 99, instead of having 81, you're now going to have an 83. So yeah, that's really up to you. But yeah, when it comes to this, in my opinion, the reason why it's the best because you're not going to only have an 81 steal, 75 lot of quickness, you know what I'm saying, but you're still going to have, you know what I'm saying, ball handle still going to be high, you know what I'm saying, close shots still going to be high, and you drop a dunk. It's going to be able to allow you now to be able to have all the contact dunks. So that's how the build's going to look at 95. Now let's go over how it's going to be looking at 99 when you get another +4. So you're going to now have the 85 driving dunks. So you're going to be able to have the pro contact dunks and the elite and the small if you want to have those. Then you're going to have an 81 3-pointer. So now you're over the 80 3-point threshold. Then when it comes to the driving later, that's at a 95. You know, the close shot, that's at a 90. You know what I'm saying? This build is going to be extremely well-rounded. But not only that, you're going to have an 86 ball handle. So you're going to pretty much be really good with the ball in your hands. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to the defense, you're going to have actually an 85 steal, an 81 perimeter defense, a 79 lateral quickness, and a 67 defensive rebounds, which is extremely good for a build this high. So yeah, next is going to be the physicals. You can get +4 on the physicals for 99, but you also can get another +4 for if you do the Gator facility or if you get the gym rat badge. So yeah, you can get +8 in total for the physicals. So for the physicals, we can actually get our speed and acceleration up to a 96. Both to a 96. So combine that with an 86 ball handle with a 96 speed, you're gonna have somewhere in between at the speed ball. You want to have above an 86 speed ball, and it's easily gonna be above that. So yeah, we're gonna actually do the speed boost and speed glitch at the highest rate possible with this build, and this build just becomes extremely crazy at 99 overall. So yeah, man, that's gonna be the build. Let's go over the best takeover and the bad setups for this build. All right, next let's hop into the takeover. So for the takeovers, in my opinion, this is the best ISO build in the game. So you got 4 different ones you can go with, which if you want to have a lot better defense, you can go with like takeover. If you want to be just extremely crazy on the ISO, you can go with slasher takeover. That's going to make you that much faster when it comes to speed with ball, speed, your vertical, your strength is even gonna be plus 10. You know what I'm saying? All the plus 10s that you get on Slasher and Lockdown are actually amazing. Slashers are way more, and it's way more important because you're still gonna be getting that speed with ball, with the ball control, with all the finishing stats that you really would want plus 10. But the two best options in my opinion for this build is Sharpshooter and Playmaker. Playmaker is the second best one because Playmaker, you're gonna be able to get all those important things from plus 10s from Slasher like you would from Playmaker. Like, you're gonna get like speed and speed with ball. You actually don't get plus 10 with speed. You only get plus 10 to speed with ball and ball control. Like on Slasher, like I say, Slasher all the time, it has the best plus 10s in the game. It has all the things that you would think that you get from Playmaker, but better. So yeah, but Playmaker also gets plus 10 to drive and layup. It doesn't get the drive and dunk. It doesn't get the other stuff. It just gets plus 10 to drive and layup, and then obviously it gets all the passing plus 10s. So you're gonna have all the passing plus 10s, ball control, and see with ball, it's gonna be plus 10. So you're gonna be amazing, but also you're gonna help your teammates shoot at a way higher rate. You can help people that have a 33 3-pointer shoot at a way higher rate. It's gonna make them actually be able to finally hit shots. So yeah, if you are, you know what I'm saying, a person that likes the ISO and you want your teammates to hit the shots at the higher rate, your Playmaker Takeover, and it's also gonna make your opponents that much easier to get their ankles taken, especially if you have Hall of Fame ankle breaker or gold ankle breaker like this build. And then we have Sharp Take. Why is that the best one? It's gonna help you shoot from way deeper range. It's gonna help you hit shots at a way higher rate. It's gonna give you the only takeover that gets you plus 10 to your 3-pointer. And yeah, man, in my opinion, I'm gonna go with Sharp Take because this build actually is a little bit lower on 3-pointer. If this build had probably the build that was more closer to a 79, where I would have an 83, I probably would actually go with the Play Take. But I feel like this build just needs that Sharp Take. And the build comes out as a Slasher, similar to shades of Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, which is a dude that they literally compare Steph Curry to all the time when he was, you know what I'm saying? They really try to say that's who Curry was before Curry. I believe that to not be completely true, but you know what I'm saying? People like to do stuff like that all the time. Trae Young, he's been going crazy in the playoffs. And Stephen Curry, we know how crazy Stephen Curry, McFlurry been going this season, you know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. But yeah, that's going to be the build. All we got left to go over is the best bad setups for the finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and hop straight into it. All right, and before we hop into the bad setups, I want to show you guys this real quick for a different height, different weight, and a different wingspan. So for the different height, in my opinion, 6'4". You want to go 6'4" for this one. Then when it comes to the weight, you're gonna go down to 178 on the weight. That's gonna be pretty much making your speed and acceleration as high as possible, getting you max on that, but your interior defense and strength is not gonna be as low as possible, like I was mentioning when we was going over the weight for the other one. But then when it comes to the wingspan for this one, you're gonna actually go with 81.4. 81.4, you're not gonna have as high of a steal, but you're gonna have a higher 3-pointer. You're still gonna have that 81 drive and dunk, and yeah, you're only gonna be a difference of 1 on the speed and acceleration. So that is going to actually be kind of big. Now the vertical is still going to be the same. The strength is actually going to be high because we did it a little bit different on the weight. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're going to be pretty much, you know what I'm saying, pretty much the same speed, 95 speed. You're still going to have the contact dunks. You actually, if you wanted to have a little bit higher and still have the same 3-point rating, you can do that. But in my opinion, this build, you could argue that this build is better because you have that +1 to the 3-pointer. So instead of having an 81 3-pointer, you have an 82. But I just wanted to make sure I showed you guys a different version of this build real quick, just for the people that want to make it at a little bit taller. This is more of the medium, like well-rounded build. All right, last but not least, again, we're gonna show you guys another different height. Like I told y'all when we was going over the first height, the best height for this build is 6'3" to 6'5". 6'3" is gonna be fastest. 6'5" is gonna be like pretty much better for people to shoot a little bit more. You pretty much be better on defense, but you'll have a lower drive and dunk. You really wouldn't be able to have the contact dunks. 6'4" is gonna be in the middle. For this one, we're gonna go with the 6'5". Then when it comes to the weight, we're gonna go 179 so we can get our max speed and acceleration. You know what I'm saying? But we're still gonna not go too low so that we can still get the strength and interior defense. Then when it comes to the wingspan, this is what you wanna get perfectly. So, like I was telling y'all earlier in the video, when I was going with the 6'3", when it comes to making it at 6'5", you can actually have pretty much the contact dunks. You can pretty much have an 83 pointer, and you're still gonna have that 80 ball handle off rip. So if you want to get the pro dribble moves, so this build, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna be able to get the elite contact dunks like the other two, but you're gonna have a way higher 3-point rating. So at 99, you're gonna actually have an 84 3-point rating. So then you can actually have different options on your takeovers. Now with this build, instead of being a 96 speed, at 99, you're gonna have 94. Instead of being a 95, you're gonna be 94. Same thing for the acceleration. It's only one difference in speed and acceleration for all three of these builds. So it's really completely up to you which one you would rather have when it comes to the attributes at 95 and 99. So yeah, I wanted to make sure I showed you guys these builds because they're actually kind of completely different in a lot of different aspects. This build has a lot higher of a three-pointer. This build just doesn't have the elite contact dunk. The one in the middle has a little bit in the middle of a three-pointer, but you get all the contact dunks. You have a little bit higher of a ball handle. You have one difference on speed and acceleration, which actually does make a big difference. And then the steals are a little bit higher than this one, but it's lower than the first one. Like the last place is a little bit higher, but it's lower than the first one. So yeah. And all right, let's hop into the best badge setups for this build. So the first things first, when it comes to the best badge setups for this build, is going to always be the finishing. So when it comes to the finishing, we have 4 Hall of Fame badges. First badge we're gonna put on is contact finisher. This build gets contact dunks, whether you get in the pro or the elite. This is gonna be a build that you have to grind to get contact dunks. So if you don't want to go with contact finisher at first, because if you're not going for contact dunks with this badge, it's kind of bad. You can put Giant Slayer. Actually, Giant Slayer is gonna pretty much improve the ability of not being able to get blocked. That's going to be a really good, important badge to cancel out a badge like Rim Protector. We're not really putting it on for like the height advantage stuff. It's only for that one part of the badge. But yeah, contact finisher is going to make you make more contact layups and get more contact dunks. With that being said, it's going to create as much contact as possible. So we really don't want the contact layup part. We really just put it on for the contact dunk part. So when it comes to getting the contact dunks, you're going to have a 20% chance of a contact dunk when you have the contact dunk packages. And when you go up in tiers on the contact finisher, that's 15%. So at bronze, it's 35% chance of a contact dunk. At silver, that's 50% chance. At gold, that's 65% chance. And at Hall of Fame, that's 80% chance. Then when it comes to a badge like City Finisher, that's actually going to be the canceling out contact finisher to pretty much take out the negatives of contact finisher and only get the positives. It's also going to get you the best animation possible. In an animation based game like this, it's very important. It's going to up the dunk frequency. And yeah, Slowly Finisher, in my opinion, is my favorite badge on the game. And yeah, it's very, very criminally underrated. Then when it comes to Showtime, that's probably the most broken badge on the game for finishing. It might even be the most broken badge in the game, arguably over Ankle Breaker, but I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, Showtime, anytime you do a flashy dunk, it's gonna help your teammates take over. Any single time you do a and one, it's gonna help your teammates take over you and your teammates. So yeah, it's very, very good. If you do an and one and a flashy dunk, it's gonna be pretty much double the trouble. So yeah, very, very overpowered. Then you have Relentless Finisher for anytime you do a dunk, a lob, a layup, anytime you do any of that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, a contact dunk, any of that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna make that, especially at a way higher rate, even when fatigued. So yeah, that's just a really, really good badge, and yeah, that's going to be the best finishing badge setup for this build. All right, next is going to be the best shooting badge setup. So first things first, we're gonna put on range extender. That's gonna extend your range, make that much easier to shoot in your range, no matter what. We had a perfect, pretty much 3-point rating for a badge like that. So yeah, you really want to have that as high as possible. Very important, and it's really good to have. Then when it comes to hot zone hunter, when you have hot zones, you really want those on this type of build because this 3-point rating is kind of more towards the middle. It's not in the 90 pluses. You can get this build to have a 90 plus 3-pointer in Takeover, but it's just not going to be that easy without Takeover. So yeah, hot zone hunter, when you have hot zones, it's going to make your make percentage go up and your green one is going to get bigger. And then you have hot zone hunter on top of that, it's going to make your make percentage go even higher and your green window even bigger. Then we have Deadeye for anytime somebody tries to close out or jump at you. It's going to make you have a way lower contest. Now, if people just standing in your face and shooting in their face, that's not really going to do much for that. But yeah, Deadeye is actually a very good badge for people that have IQ and they trying to get open off anything. So yeah. Then when it comes to green machine, that's going to pretty much help you get more greens as you consecutively getting greens and consecutive. The next green is going to have a make percentage, and the next green is going to have a make percentage, and the next green is going to have an even higher make percentage. And as you keep making these make percentages go up and up and up, that green one is going to be bigger and bigger. Now, even if you don't get that green, it's going to have a higher percentage to make the shot because your make percentage is just that much higher. Then when it comes to volume shooter, every single time you take a shot, your make percentage keeps going up. So every single time you take a shot, your green window gets bigger and bigger. Then when it comes to corner specialist, that's the best bang for your buck for corner specialists. If I'm saying gold and Hall of Fame is not better, no, but it's just the best bang for your buck. So I feel no point of wasting badge upgrades because it's kind of marginally better. Then we have catch and shoot gold to pretty much be able to catch and shoot in any situation. Now, other badges that you can actually use, flexible release, actually a pretty good badge. It's not like if you're not getting greens and you really getting a lot of whites, it's gonna help you hit more whites. The way 2K described it, they make it described as a badge for only people that's trash. So if you're shooting earlies and very earlies or very lates and lates, it's not strictly for that. It's also for slightlies. It just doesn't help you as much, but it does help you hit slightlies. So yeah. Then when it comes to other badges that you can put on, like clutch shooter and hot start, you can put those badges on, difficult shots, but you know what I'm saying, in my opinion, this is the best shooting badge setup for this build. All right, and this is the best playmaking bad setup for this build, no matter what takeover you went with, because in my opinion, this is the best ISO build in the game. It's either this or the scoring machine. So we're gonna have gold quick first step, gold handles for days, gold unpluckable, gold ankle breaker with silver needle threader. So for the quick first step, that's gonna help you pretty much speed boost, speed glitch at the highest rate possible. That's gonna allow you to get open for whatever you're trying to do, a 3-pointer, a mid-range, off the dribble, it doesn't really matter, a contact dunk, or even it's going to help your teammates get open because you're getting open just too easy, so they have to help. So yeah, handles for days is going to cancel out the stamina issue in this game. Very, very inconsistent badge in this game, in my opinion. Unpluckable is going to help you not get ripped nearly as much. It's actually a lot better than handles for days. It just doesn't do anything for bump steals, but yeah, if you know what you're doing, it's going to really help a lot, whether you're big or a guard. Then we have ankle breaker to pretty much take the ankles of a player anytime we pretty much make them go the wrong way. That's probably the most overpowered broken badge in the game. So yeah, this could be a perfect badge setup for even if you have play takeover or slash takeover or sharp takeover. Then we have needle threader for when we actually ISO and we can throw the best dots possible. Now you can put ankle breaker to silver and put floor journal on gold. You can put that on gold dimer, but you know what I'm saying, I really rather go with this because, you know what I'm saying, needle threads is just gonna make your passes that much faster, which is very important and that much harder to get stolen. So yeah, man, that's going to be the best playmaking badge setup for this build. All right, and last but not least, before we go ahead and end off this video, is going to be the best defensive rebound badge setup for this build. So we have 5 badge grades to work with, so it's gonna be simple. Like I usually do, I usually go with 6 so I can get my gold interceptor, but silver interceptor is just fine. It's not as good as gold by no means. You know what I'm saying? Gold is definitely a tier above it. Hall of Fame is definitely a tier above that. But silver is the first time interceptor actually becomes useful. So yeah, I would say it's good, then it's great, then it's pretty much overpowered at Hall of Fame. But yeah, bronze is literally, you really might as well just not even have it on if you have it at bronze. So we have to go silver on that. Then we have bronze intimidator to get the best shot contest possible. I don't like going above bronze intimidator because that badge is just very inconsistent against shot contest. But you want to at least have it bronze because if you don't have it on, people are going to just be able to get no contest and just hit anything on you, even if they're contested. Then we have pick dodger. So pretty much pick dodger is going to help you go through screens a lot more. And if you have it at least bronze, it's going to unlock the park badge to cancel out the park badge that's pretty much iron wall. Then we have clamps on bronze. If you put it to silver or gold, people are still going to be able to blow by you. Only reason I would even put clamps higher than bronze if I had it at Hall of Fame. That's going to pretty much get you as many bumps as possible. And it's going to allow people to not get blow-bys on you. So yeah, that's really much my thinking with that. So I did go bronze so I can still get the bumps and stuff like that. It's still gonna be a lot harder for people to get blow-bys, but if you like have people that have a lot lower of a ball handle, you're gonna make them pick up the dribble a lot more. And yeah, it's just extremely important to have at least bronze clamps on any build, whether you're big or a guard or even a lockdown. So yeah, that is going to be the best defensive rebound badge setup for this build. But yeah, man, that's going to be the best pretty much inside out playmaker build in NBA 2K21, but with a new name. It's just that simple. So yeah, man, I showed you guys multiple different videos going over the golded builds of 2K20, but remaking it in NBA 2K21. This is just another one of those. This is probably, in my opinion, probably arguably the best out of all these videos so far. This is definitely probably the most usable build, and the next one's probably gonna be even better. So if you guys want that, all you gotta do is smash, break, and destroy the like button. Subscribe if you're new. We on that road to 100K. We less than 9K away from hitting 100K. It's so crazy to just be able to say that. But yeah, man, go ahead, help me out. Everybody new to the channel, hit that sub button. You know what I'm saying? It would really help. I really would appreciate it. Turn on post notifications, be the first to every single one of my videos. I ain't been dropping nothing but bangers, and it's only right if you hit that sub button. You do not want to miss what I got in store for that 100K. But yeah, man, turn on post notifications, share this video to anybody that needs will help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm out there, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple.